Hello, friends. So I know that you have been learning more and more about penguins with Miss Maddie. So today we're going to do a science experiment. So you need this paper that has two penguins, and you'll need your crayons, definitely crayons today, and a regular pencil. Get your paintbrush out of your watercolor. We're not going to use our paint today, but you do need a paintbrush and 1 cup of water. Okay, so we know that penguins live down in Antarctica in the South Pole of our Earth, and it's so cold down there. We also learned that they use their flippers to swim. So let's go ahead and write our name on our science paper. Remember, I'm going to use a marker so it shows up better, but you use your regular pencil. Okay, let's see what we're investigating today. Our question is, how do penguins stay dry? And I'm going to say even, how do they stay dry and warm in Antarctica? So, our first penguin, we're going to leave this penguin empty and blank. We're not going to color this penguin at all. This penguin, we're going to color with wax crayons. So let me get out the colors that I'm going to use today. I'm going to use white to color the white feathers white. I'm going to use black to color the black feathers black. I'm going to use orange for the beak and the feet. And then I'm going to use a little pink on the cheeks of the penguin to make it look a little rosy. Okay, so remember, we're leaving this penguin empty. So let's start our coloring on our second penguin. When we color with our wax crayons, we have to make sure that we color it in all the way, very dark. So I'm pushing a little bit harder than I normally do. So crayons are made of wax. And this is going to be important for understanding how penguins stay dry. We're putting this layer of wax on our penguin by coloring it. I'm going to go ahead and do this middle part white. Okay, this is going to be the trickiest part to color because our white doesn't show up. But we need to make sure that we are covering this whole middle section with our white crayon. We can't miss any spaces or our experiment won't work as well. So I might go over it a couple times just to make sure that I got all of this middle white. It's hard to even feel where I've already colored and hard to see. Do your best to cover it all the way. We want all these feathers to have that layer of wax. Okay, I'm going to set my white aside for now and do my other coloring, but I'm going to come back and do white again just to make sure I got it all. My rosy cheeks, and now my black feathers. Make sure that it's colored all the way. See how dark I'm coloring? Oh, yes. Okay, that looks very dark. Now I'm going to go one more time over my white part to make sure that I got all the white colored. I want as much wax as I can on my feathers because penguins, their feathers are covered in wax, just like wax on a crayon. And we're going to see what that does for them. Okay, so my penguin is colored. This one is not. Okay, let's see what happens when I add water to my paper. So this penguin, I'm just going to paint with water and see what happens. Oh my, it's soaking into the paper. Oh wow, that penguin is soaked. This paper is getting so thin that it could rip because it's so wet. Let's see what happens to this penguin when I paint it with water, like if it was going swimming. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, friends. Do you see these little dots sitting on top of my penguin? Let me lift it closer. Those little water beads are not soaking in. The wax is repelling them. It's repelling them so much that I could get a tissue and wipe that water off, and it would get my tissue wet. So a little bit of water is soaking in. You can see the parts where the water soaked into the penguin, but the other parts stayed dry. The wax repelled the water so our penguin could stay dry. So I'm going to write down here by observation to answer my question, how do penguins stay dry? And I'm going to write the word wax. W-A-X. Wax. Penguins have wax on their feathers to keep them dry, and you can tell the difference. This penguin is soaked. This one only got a little wet. Amazing. Okay, great job with your science experiment, friends. I'll see you later today. Bye.